So we'll start with a grounding, breathing practice. So you can really land and anchor into this moment. So place your chair at the top of your mat. Place your calves on your chair. And then gently lay onto your back. I'd like for you to start with your hands at your lower belly. Close your eyes and drop in. Right away, just feel your physical body and space. And begin to feel all of the different parts of your body. Checking in as you take inventory. Acknowledging and recognizing how you feel. Do you feel tense? Do you feel relaxed? Do you feel spacious in your body? Do you feel congested? And tuning in to the quality of energy that you're coming to this practice with this morning. Do you feel energized? Or do you feel fatigued? And then recognizing the thoughts and the emotions that you're showing up with. Are you feeling sad? Are you feeling joyful? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you feeling steady? Are you feeling grounded? Or are you feeling unstable? And just acknowledge, just name what it is that you're showing up to this practice with. And then as you start to breathe through your nose consciously, just experience the sensation of your belly rising and falling underneath your hands. Starting to relax your body here. Starting to relax with the breath. Take a smooth inhalation. Feel your belly rising and expanding. And exhale, feel your belly emptying, deflating. Inhale, feel your belly expand. And exhale, relax into the moment. One more deep inhalation. Feel your belly expand as you breathe deep into the lower lobes of your lungs. Exhale as your belly softens. Completely relax into the moment. Sending messages to the body that you're okay. Relaxing your body so your body sends messages to the brain that you're safe, that you're relaxed. And then the brain starts to produce feel-good hormones, flooding yourself with these hormones of dopamine, serotonin, endorphins, as you learn to just be with what is, objectively observing, without getting wrapped up or entangled with any sensations or stories that might be presenting. And now, I'd like for you to take your arms out to your sides with your palms, your fingers turning straight up to the ceiling. So your elbows are in alignment with your shoulders. And your upper arms are against the floor, and your forearms are right above the elbows. Your fingers zip together, and then curl your forefingers in and pull your fingertips towards the base of your fingers. And then from here, I'd like for you to just gently plug your elbows towards your shoulders and then relax. So this isn't a movement that creates tension. This is a movement that creates tone between your shoulder blades. Gently plug your elbows towards your shoulders and then relax. Gently plug the elbows towards the shoulders and relax. Plug your elbows in towards your shoulders and relax. So each time you plug the elbows to the shoulders, you should feel a gentle engagement between the shoulder blades and relax. Just starting to activate the back of the heart. Plug the elbows to the shoulders and relax. Plug in, relax, plug in, relax. 8 more, plug in, relax. Notice if you crowd your neck each time you pull your elbows in. So keep your shoulders gliding down your back and plug your elbows directly into the sockets, keeping the base of your neck and the base of your skull relaxed. So every moment is an opportunity to objectively observe when tension arises in the body. The moment you recognize tension, you replace it with release. And when you relax, the body starts to send messages to the brain that you're okay. When the brain perceives that you're okay, it starts to release feel-good hormones. And that helps your body to feel even more okay. So there's this continuous communication happening between the body and the brain. Now release. Interlace your fingers right above your heart. Straighten your elbows here. And then I want you to soften your lower ribs into the ground, keeping your lower ribs rooted. Inhale, reach your arms up and over your head. Notice if your elbows try to bend here. So keep your elbows straight. Reach your arms as far back as comfortable. You should start to feel your armpit chest open, and then slowly lift your arms back up. Inhale, reach your arms up and over your head. Keep your lower back ribs connected to the floor. Stretch your arms. Exhale, lift your arms back up. Inhale, sweep the arms up and over your head. Expand from the lower ribs to the armpits to the fists. Exhale, lift your arms back up. Inhale, be mindful of the elbows wanting to bend. Keep your elbows straight. Be mindful of your lower ribs wanting to pop up. Keep your ribs soft and release. Bring the arms back up. Do that 3 more times on your own, reaching your arms over your head and just starting to sense and feel the different presentations of sensation that are arising in your body. And I'd like for you to reside in the seat of awareness. So you're just passively witnessing what's arising without liking or disliking any of it, just abolishing your preferences and allowing yourself to be completely involved with the present moment. Good. Once you've completed your last round, release your arms. Take your arms out to your sides from your shoulders. Roll over onto your left hip and take your right hand with you as your right hand rests upon the left. Now stack your knees so your right knee is directly above your left knee. Stack your hips, right hip directly above your left hip. Gaze at your right thumb with your eyes, very soft gaze. Inhale, open your arm. And exhale, open your chest as your arm reaches back. Trace your finger with your eyes as you inhale, lift the arm. Exhale, close your right arm. Keep your eyes steady on your right thumb. Inhale, lift the arm. Exhale, open the arm. Inhale, lift your arm up. Gaze at your thumb. Exhale, close your arm. Inhale, lift the arm. Exhale, open. Inhale, trace your thumb. Slow, smooth movements. Exhale, close. Good. Relax. Come back onto your spine. Release your legs back onto your chair. Just take a moment. Inhale to reflect. Breathe into your lower belly. Exhale, soften your lower belly. Roll over onto your left hip now. Stack your left hand on top of your right. Keep your left knee stacked on top of the right knee. Your left hip stacked on top of the right hip. Trace your thumb with your eyes as you inhale. Open your left arm. Exhale. Completely twist. Inhale, lift the arm up. Exhale, close your arms. Inhale, trace your left thumb with your eyes. Lift the arm up. Exhale, open the arm out to the side. Try to keep your left knee stacked over your right. Inhale, lift your left arm. Exhale, close. Feel the different sensations in your body. Be the passive witness of what's arising. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Begin to notice your internal experience. Notice any internal dialogue that is occurring. Inhale, lift, and exhale, close. Gently come back onto your spine. Release your legs back onto the chair. Take a deep breath in. And a slow, smooth breath out. Roll onto one side and gently sit up. From here, keep your chair at the top of your mat. You're going to place your elbows on the chair, shoulder distance apart, and then you're going to walk your knees back so your knees are underneath your sitting bones. Curl your toes under here. Press your hands towards each other and just feel the sensation in your fingertips pressing, in your palms pressing. Drop your head to relax the back of your neck and skull. As you awaken your Ujjayi breath, breathing with a gentle texture in the throat, start to strengthen vagal tone here, activating the parasympathetic nervous system. Keep your toes flexed as you press your heels back in space. Lengthen from your lower back ribs to your hips. Expand from your lower back ribs to your elbows. And press your elbows gently into the chair to lift the top of your inner arm up. Relax the base of your neck. Relax the tops of your shoulders. Release your jaw and your tongue. So moment-to-moment awareness allows you to scan your body, recognizing when you contract involuntarily, when you start to experience tension, and without judgment, you just replace the tension with ease. Take one more deep inhalation and exhale. Inhale, walk your knees forward, rise up. Ground your hands onto the chair now, shoulder distance apart, with the heel of your palm just slightly off of the edge of the chair. Spread your fingers equal distance away from each other. Press the pads of your fingers into the chair and step your feet back into a variation of downward facing dog. Hands on the chair. Separate your feet hip distance apart. Organize your ears in alignment with your inner arms. And press your hands very strongly down into the chair. Notice when you do that, if you create any involuntary constriction or contraction in the body, immediately relax and replace involuntary, unconscious contraction with conscious response. Pull back from your lower back ribs into your outer hips. Expand forward from your lower back ribs into your armpits. Breathe smoothly. Breathe slowly. and breathe fully. Very good. Now, everybody bend your knees and roll your sitting bones up towards the sky. And then pull back from your lower ribs into your hips. Expand forward from your lower ribs to your fingers. And any amount you can start to straighten your legs. So I'd like to share with you today Sadhguru's quote. If you compulsively react, external situations will determine how you are right now. If you consciously respond, your well-being is very much in your hands. Slowly, slowly, inhale, step your feet forward to the chair, elongate your spine. Exhale, pause, tighten your legs. Inhale, root down to rise all the way up. Reach your arms over your head. Touch your hands here as you stack your torso over your pelvis. Exhale, slide your hands home to the center of your heart. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Lift your lower back ribs up an imaginary wall. Exhale, fold forward and ground your hands to the chair. Inhale, lift your chest, pull your sternum forward. Exhale, step back into that same downward facing dog position. Lift all 10 of your toes. Ground the four corners of your feet equally. And now lift your sitting bones up. So you start to feel your thigh muscles hugging the bone. Inhale, roll up onto the tips of your toes. Turn your palms out onto the chair. Roll forward and open your chest as you roll your shoulders on your back. Exhale, ride the wave of your breath. Press yourself all the way back to downward dog. Once again, inhale, roll up onto your tippy toes. Plug your tailbone down. Pull your lower belly in. And roll your shoulders on your back as you project your chest up, head back. Beautiful. Exhale, slowly slither yourself back. Take one more cycle like this. Inhale, roll up onto your toes. Tether your tailbone into your body. Pull your belly up and in strongly. Open your chest, shoulders roll back. Exhale, glide back. Moving consciously. Arrive in downward dog with your hands on the chair, shoulder distance apart, fingers point forward. Press the pads of your fingers down, press the knuckles of your fingers down, and lift the top of your inner arm up. Uncrowd your neck. Pull your hips back in space and begin to expand deeper and deeper into the lower back ribs. Responding consciously to the present moment. When we move from unconscious reactivity, compulsive reactivity, to conscious response, our well-being is in our own hands. This is the gift of yoga. Yoga practice over long periods of time helps us to self-regulate, where we can passively observe all of the mind stuff, all of the activity going on in the mind and the body, the mind-body complex. In that observation, we can start to make more useful and skillful choices for ourselves, for our health, and for all beings. Inhale, step your feet forward to your hands. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, pause, tighten your quads. Inhale, root to rise up. Lift the contents of your lower belly. Lift your back ribs, reach up. Exhale, slide your hands home to the center of your heart. Good. From here, step your right toes in between the legs of the chair And step your left foot back to straddle an imaginary line. Place your hands on the seat of the chair. And I'd like for you to take a moment to really connect the dots of alignment within your body. So when you pay attention to the alignment of your body, it's like you're turning the dial on a radio station to remove the static within your body. So there's clarity in the body, and when there's clarity in the body, there's clear communication between the body and the brain. And this feedback loop between the body and the brain starts to signal the brain to release feel-good hormones. So removing the static, so there's a clear message, clear communication, as the alignment of your body affects the alignment of your mind. So begin by grounding the inner line of your right foot down, stack your right ankle bone over your right heel, organize your right kneecap so it points straight ahead, and then without disturbing your right foot, start to steer your right hip bone back. Now press your outer left foot down, lift your left hamstring up the back of your leg, lift your sitting bones, and then take a deep inhalation and expand from your lower back ribs into your armpits. Pull your chest forward. Now, if you can keep the length of your spine, then I invite you to come down onto your elbows. If your spine rounds, then I invite you to stay up on your hands. So be honest with yourself. Really sense and feel where you are in space. Become aware of your spine in space. Notice if your spine is concaving or convexing. And you want to move the spine in. So the spine concaves. Just digging out a ditch in the spine here. And you should feel your right hamstring. Now, if you haven't already, really hug the right thigh muscles to the bone. Notice if the distribution of weight on your right foot wavered to the outer edge of the foot. Reconnect to the inner line of your foot. And now just begin to watch. So the longer you can stay in the poses, the more resilience you develop as you start to stretch the nervous system. You strengthen the nervous system and you develop resiliency, your ability to quickly recover from challenging circumstances. And inhale, gently rise up. Exhale, bend your right knee, step your left foot forward to meet your right foot. Inhale, rise up to standing Tadasana. Standing on your own 2 feet, take a moment to reflect. Feel your body in space. Notice the difference between your right and your left side. Feel your front body in comparison to your back body. And then gently open your eyes if they're closed. Organize your left toes in between the legs of the chair. Step your right foot back. Beginning by aligning your body, connecting the dots of alignment here. So your feet are straddling an imaginary line. Ground your inner left foot. Organize your left ankle over your heel. Organize your knee in the direction of your second and third toe, and gently guide your left hip bone back in space. Good. Now press your outer right foot down. Wake up your right quadricep and hamstring as you lift the tissue up the leg. Then, as you lift your sitting bones up, keep guiding your left hip bone back. Extend your sternum forward, and if you can keep your spine long, you're invited to lower down onto your elbows. If you lower down onto your elbows and the stiffness in your legs starts to pull on your spine and convex your spine, then I want you to rise back up onto your hands. Now lengthen the back of your neck, open the back of your skull. So you start to signal the vagus nerve, creating vagal tone, which activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the lower functioning of the brain, the primitive brain, moving from a stress response to a relaxation response. And as your body starts to feel relaxed, it sends more messages to the brain that it's safe, that it's okay, that it's relaxed. And the brain in turn starts to release feel-good hormones. One of the most important neurotransmitters that the brain releases through regular yoga practice is GABA. And GABA helps with heart rate variability, which ultimately, when we're in a more homeostatic state, in a relaxed state, our heart can perform better, our heart is strengthened, musculoskeletal pain is reduced, inflammation in the body is reduced, and our overall health and well-being becomes more optimal. So the nervous system is really the foundational system for health, for well-being. Inhale, gently rise up. Lengthen your spine here. Exhale, step your right foot to meet your left foot. Inhale, rise to standing and reflect, eyes closed. Notice how you're standing on your own 2 feet. Feel the connection between your feet and the earth. Notice where your hips are in space. Become aware of where your shoulders are in space. Become aware of your head in space. Just stacking the bones. Clearing the static within your body. Starting to communicate with clarity to the brain. And then gently open your eyes. Good, and we'll prepare for Parivrtta Trikonasana with the chair. So you're going to turn the chair, so the backrest of the chair is facing the right long edge of your mat. Then your right toes will step in between the legs of the chair, and your left foot will step back. Your left foot is angled inward slightly, and you're straddling an imaginary line. Take your hands to your pelvis. Ground your inner right foot, outer left foot, and start to steer your right hip bone back. Now hug the muscles to the bone in your right quad. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your belly. Exhale, extend forward, reach your sternum forward, 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 and then take your left forearm onto the chair. If that's not appropriate, you can have your arm straight, hand on the chair. Then take your right hand onto the backrest of the chair and realign your position in your legs. So connect the dots of alignment. Ground your ankle over your right heel. Press the mound of the big toe, inner heel, and pull your right hip bone back in space. Then inhale, feel the cylinder of your spine. Elongate through the cylinder of your spine. And exhale, isometrically pull your left fingers towards your left elbow. Push your right hand into the backrest of the chair to turn and twist to your right. Now notice if there's any involuntary contraction in the body. Is there any compulsive reaction that is unconscious? Bring the light of consciousness to any unconscious patterns in the body and replace unconscious patterning, compulsive reaction with conscious response. So you start to take charge of your own well-being, your mental health, your emotional health, and your physical health. Take one more breath here. Pull your chin away from your chest, Amy. Exhale, look down at the chair. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, step your left foot to meet your right foot and reflect here. Take a smooth inhalation. Feel your body in space. A long exhalation, just discover new territory. Feel the vibrations, feel the sensations. Turn your chair now so the backrest of your chair faces the left side of your mat. Step your left toes forward underneath the chair, in between the legs of the chair, and step your right foot back. Your feet are straddling an imaginary line, hands to hips. Ground the inner edge of your left foot, outer edge of your right foot. Wake up the cylinders of your legs, and then steer your left hip bone back, right hip bone forward. Inhale, lift up through the contents of your low belly. Expand from your lower back ribs upward into your chest. Open and look up. Exhale, mindfully move through space, guiding your left hip bone back. Fold forward. Take your right hand to the chair or your right elbow and forearm to the chair. Left hand to the backrest. So your fingertips are pointing towards the back of the seat. Inhale, open your chest here. Pull your sternum forward, left hip back. Exhale, isometrically pull your right fingers to your right elbow and gently press on the back of the chair with your left hand to help you turn. Inhale, pull your chin away from your chest. Feel the cylinder of your spine in space. Notice if there's any unconscious patterning happening within the spine. Can you bring equal length to your spine? Observing here whatever sensations are presenting passively. So you keep going back and resting in the seat of awareness where you can simply witness and where you can become curious about the different sensations in your body. Curious about the effects of this pose on all aspects of your being. Just by being here mindfully. Inhale, exhale, look down, ground into your feet. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, step your feet together, hands to your sides. Very good. Okay, from here, you're going to place your chair at the top of your mat again, with the backrest facing the top of your mat. Now, you're going to step off of your mat about 12 inches. If you take your left toe, big toe, in alignment with the leg of the chair and step the foot out 12 inches. So I want the big toe and the leg of the chair on the same line. Then you're going to lift your right heel up, place it on the chair. So the right heel cup is in the corner of your chair. And then the right toes point to the opposite corner of the chair. So I'm going to come check on you guys in a moment. Now make sure that your right knee is stacked right over your ankle. Your right toes are pointing directly to the opposite corner of the chair. Good. Square your hips straight ahead. Tighten up your left quadricep and exhale, fold forward. Drop your head. Relax your neck and breathe. Oh, very nice. Good job, you guys. Very nice. Now, feel where your left hip is in space. Crystal, walk your left foot a little closer to the chair. So the left ankle is right under your hip. Yes, right there. Feel where your left hip is in space. Organizing your left hip right over your heel. Feel where your right knee is in space. Keep your right knee organized right over your ankle. And then slowly, slowly, with the weight of gravity, allow your torso to release down. If you need to hold on to the chair with your hands, you're welcome to do that. Feel the depth of your breath, expanding the lower lobes of your lungs. Feel the different sensations that are presenting in your body. Lean into them, be with them, acknowledge them. And notice whatever presentation starts to get played out on the stage of your mind in response or in reaction to the sensations in your body. So watch. Do you react or do you respond? Take one more deep inhalation. Exhale all of your air out. Inhale, a little bend in your left knee, root down to rise up. Exhale, step your right foot beside your left foot. And pause, reflect, close your eyes, inhale, feel yourself in space. Exhale, ground into this moment, ground into yourself. Good. Now, step yourself to the opposite side of the chair. Take your right big toe to the right leg of the chair and trace the big toe about 12 inches away from the leg of the chair. Then lift your left heel cup up, place it on the corner of the chair, and point your toes into the opposite corner of your chair. Your knee is pointing in the same direction as your toes. Your left outer thigh rolls down. Square your chest in the same direction as your right toes. Take a smooth inhalation. Expand the lower ribs, feel them lifting. Exhale, fold forward. Your hands could rest on the chair, or you can release your hands and your arms and let yourself hang here. Breathe gently in and out your nose. Feel where your right hip is in space. Organize your right hip directly over your right heel. Feel where your left knee is in space. Organize your left knee directly over your ankle. So notice if the knee is bending beyond the ankle, and notice if the knee is splaying out or inside of the ankle. You might have to look at it, check it, and just make sure it's organized. So the alignment of the body is what removes the static. It's what removes the noise that distracts the communication between your body and the brain. So we clarify the body, we clear the body, we create a posture that is on a foundation of clarity and stability. So the body then communicates with the brain that it feels good, that it's okay, that it's safe. Take one more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Bend your standing legs. Slowly rise up. Exhale. Release your left foot to meet your right foot. Close your eyes and reflect. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Okay, so now we're going to go through a little hip flexor to hamstring stretch sequence. So you'll start with your right foot on the seat of the chair. And then you're going to bend your right knee and step your left foot back. So you come into a lunge and you're on the ball of your left foot. Now charge up your left leg. So you lift the top of your left thigh, stomp down through your right heel and guide your right hip bone back. Now on your inhalation, I'd like for you to start to straighten your right leg and flex your right foot. On your exhalation, bend your right knee and lift your chest. Inhale, straighten your right leg, flex your foot, guide your right hip bone back. Exhale, roll up onto your left toes, bend your right knee and lift your chest. Keep your left leg bone straight as you come forward into the lunge. Inhale, straighten your right leg, guide your right hip bone back in space. Exhale, bend your right knee, charge up your left leg, lift your chest. 3 more rounds. Inhale, straighten, flex your right foot, spread your toes. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, organize the ball of your right foot so it's on the same plane. And exhale, bend. Last cycle here. Inhale, straighten your leg. Now place your hands on the chair. Flex your right foot. Isometrically pull your right hip back in space. Yes. Now extend your sternum forward. So you're squirting your sternum through your arms. Notice if you do this by cranking your neck, keep the back of your neck long, sides of your neck long, tops of your ears reaching forward. Take a smooth inhalation into the lower lobes of your lungs, expand. And exhale to empty. So conscious breathing relaxes the nervous system, signaling a relaxation response through the body into the brain, where you can rest and digest, tend and befriend. This is what develops intimacy and connection with yourself and with others. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, bend your right knee. Inhale, rise up, and exhale, step your right foot to meet your left foot. Ooh, feel the difference in your leg. Feel which leg is longer. Feel which foot feels more stable, more rooted into the floor. And then we'll start with the second side. So left foot comes up onto the seat of the chair. Your right toes point forward, and we'll begin in the lunge. So that helps you to organize the distance that you want your back foot to be away from the chair. Roll up onto the ball of your right foot. Hold on to the back of the chair. Straighten your right knee. So your right leg is bone straight. Stomp down into your left heel and pull your left hip bone back. Inhale, lift your chest and start to straighten your left knee. Extend through the sides of your body. You should feel this in your hamstring. And then exhale, bend your left knee, straighten your right leg and lift your chest. Good. Inhale, straighten your left knee. Flex your foot. Isometrically pull back from your left heel to your hip. Exhale, bend your left knee, coming forward into your lunge. Inhale, straighten your leg, left hip bone back. Exhale, bend your knee, right leg straightens. Inhale, couple more. Flex your foot, stretch your side body, and exhale into your lunge. Lift your chest. Press the ball of your foot down. One more time. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Pull your left hip bone back in space. Now take your hands down to the seat of the chair on either side of your left foot. And keep guiding your left hip bone back as you squirt your sternum forward. Lengthen through the sides of your neck, lift the back of your skull. Breathe smoothly in. Breathe smoothly out. Breathe slowly in. Breathe slowly out. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, rise back up. And exhale, step your left foot down to meet your right foot. Take a breath, inhale. And exhale. Okay, so I think you all have a chair that will be appropriate for this next little sequence. So I'd like for you to turn your chair so the backrest of your chair is facing the right log edge of your mat. Good, and then you're going to step your right leg forward and your left leg back. So you're in a lunge. Now you could, if you have a chair appropriate, you could have your right hand on the backrest of the chair, just to help support you. Your left hand is on the seat of the chair. If you're tall, like some of you, I can see Cassandra is putting a blanket folded on the chair. So if you have really long legs and a short chair, you might need to elevate the seat a little bit. If you have a really tall chair and short legs, you may need to place something under your front foot. Now, take your left hand to your left thigh crease, right at the butt crease, and spin the tissue from the inside out. So you internally rotate the left leg. Then take your left hand to your low belly and lift your low belly skin up. Good. And then take your left arm up in space. Reach up from your left kidney wing all the way into your armpit. Lift up from your armpit into your fingertips. Now keep breathing. When you notice yourself involuntarily contracting or becoming tense, that's the moment that you relax the intensity of your effort and you meditate on the infinite vast space and the endlessness of this work. It's never ending, so we might as well relax. And if it wasn't for this, it would be something else, so it might as well be this. Inhale and exhale. Take your left hand to the back of the chair and just gently twist. You're still upright here. Inhale, lift through the top of your left thigh. Lift your belly. And exhale, release. Good. Gently find your way out of your chair. Stand, reflect, inhale, and exhale. Turn your chair now so the backrest of the chair is in alignment with the long left side of your mat. And then you're going to step your left leg onto the chair. So your thigh is supported, your left heel is underneath your left knee, your toes point straight ahead, your left knee points straight ahead, and your left hip, as best as possible, is in alignment with your left knee. Lift up through the top of your right thigh. Take your right thumb to your right thigh crease and roll the skin from the inside out. So you're spinning your right thigh internally. Good. Take your right hand to your low belly. Lift your low belly skin from your pubic bone to your navel. Keep your right leg bone straight. Inhale, expand from your lower ribs. Reach up through your right arm. That's it. Now lift your lower back ribs up an imaginary wall. Be honest, if you're dumping into your lower back, you need to lift your low belly a little bit more. Expand and lift your lower back ribs up. Relax your shoulders. Relax your jaw. Relax the intensity of your effort. The moment you notice yourself involuntarily constricting, contracting, compulsively reacting, you replace compulsive reactivity with conscious response. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift through the cylinder of your spine. And exhale, unwind the pose. Inhale to stand up. Stand on your own 2 feet. Reflect. Exhale. Good. Now we're going to use the chair for gentle twist. So you can keep, organize your chair so the backrest is facing the top of your mat. Then sit on the chair with your right hand in a line with the backrest of the chair, or your right hip and your right arm are closest to the backrest of the chair. Then look down at your feet and make sure that your feet are hip distance apart and your heels are under your hips. Then sit up. Make sure your buttocks is to the back edge of the seat. Then grab the backrest of the chair with each hand and bend your elbows out to the sides. So feel what happens when you lower your elbows into your ribs. Feel what happens around your shoulder blades. And then feel what happens when you lift your elbows out to the side. Do that a couple of times. And what you might begin to feel is that when you pull your elbows strongly into your ribs, it pinches the tissue around the shoulder blade. It pinches the back of the armpit. When you lift your elbows, feel how that opens and widens the back of the armpit. So that's what I want throughout this twist. Inhale, root down through your feet and the fronts of your sitting bones to lift up through the cylinder of your spine. Then exhale, maintain this upward lift as you start to turn and twist towards the backrest of the chair. As you twist, your left knee can gently move forward. Your right hand gently presses into the backrest and your left hand gently pulls on the backrest. Again, inhale, root down through your sitting bones to lift up through the cylinder of your spine. Make your chest spacious. And exhale, gently turn around that space. Inhale, expand through the cylinder of your spine. Start to feel your right waist, your left waist lifting. And exhale, gently turn. Roll your shoulders back, but keep your elbows lifted. Take one more breath here. Inhale, keep your chin level with your sternum. Exhale, gently turn and twist. Good. Slowly, slowly take your time, unwind. Inhale, exhale, turn yourself around. So now your left hip and your left arm are in a line closest to the backrest of the chair. Organize your feet so they're hip distance apart. Look down and just make sure that your heels are under your knees. Then make sure that the back of your buttocks is in alignment with the back of the chair. Grab the backrest of the chair. Inhale, root down through your sitting bones to lift up through your spine. Exhale, gently turn and twist. Turn and twist gently to the left. Now lift your chin. Inhale, lift up through the cylinder of your spine. Keep your elbows lifted so the back of the armpits are open. Exhale, turn and twist. Good. Relax your jaw, relax your tongue. Notice the moment you involuntarily contract. You check yourself the moment you become aware of an unconscious pattern, an unconscious reaction. So you recognize all of these habituated patterns that have been ingrained into your muscle fibers. And then you start to replace those habituated patterns with conscious response. And this starts to help you to also recognize the habituations of the mind. And you can passively observe those tendencies and start to consciously respond to the moment, choosing the thoughts that you want to have, choosing the thoughts that you want to feed, just slowing down the mind stuff. And then exhale as you gently unwind and release. Okay, now turn your chair. So the seat of your chair is facing the front of your mat. And then you're going to take a seat on the edge of the chair. So you're not all the way to the back of the chair. Your butt is to the front half of the chair, but your sitting bones are very much on the chair. Feet are hip distance apart. And again, just take a moment to look. Now, we all have different chairs and we all have different leg lengths. If you have a really short chair, really long legs, you need to elevate your seat a little bit. If you have a really tall chair, short legs, you need to elevate your feet. So we want the knees on the same plane as the hips. Okay? So just take a moment, adjust as needed. Now ground your left foot. Inhale, lift your right knee up. Turn your right knee out, grab the underline of your right shin, and place your right heel cup above your left knee. Very good. Now flex your foot and wake up the line between your toes. Take your hands behind you to begin. Inhale, use your hands skillfully to help you lift your chest up. So you push your hands down and back to project your chest up. Now for some of us, this is strong. This is already speaking to us. The right hip is starting to communicate with the brain. Now use your breath to tell the right hip that it's okay, that it can relax. And as you start to feel the tissue of the right hip relax, there's a clear communication between the hip and the brain. The brain can relax. The brain can start releasing feel-good hormones and neurotransmitters. And then once you feel a release, once you feel that there's been some change in the quality of sensation in your body, if the invitation arrives to go a little bit deeper, I'd like for you to start to fold forward. Now, if the invitation never comes, you just stay upright. Then if you're folding forward, your arms can come out in front of you. And depending on the length of your torso, your arms are either in front of your shin, or if your torso is short in comparison to your legs, your right arm can thread inside the triangle of your legs. And then drop your head. And be here. Breathe. Slow, smooth, steady breaths. So the smoothness and the evenness of your breath affects the balance of your nervous system. Returning to equilibrium, orienting yourself back to homeostasis. So the baseline within you is more equipped to handle circumstances and situations that are challenging. So you start to develop resiliency and skillfulness. Simply through mindful movement, conscious deep breathing, activating the relaxation response. Training yourself to be the witness, to just return back to the seat of awareness. where you can passively observe what's arising within you. And inhale, gently come up. And exhale, release your right foot down. Ground your feet so they're hip distance apart, right underneath your knees. Again, come to the front half of your seat. Inhale, lift your left knee up. Grab the outer line of your shin. Place your heel cup right above your right knee. Begin with your hands behind you. Inhale, lift up. So notice right away if there's tension or congestion in the hip. Notice your reaction to it. The moment that you replace compulsive reaction with conscious response, you start to settle. You start to self-regulate. You start to choose consciously how you want to respond to the present moment. And in this conscious response, you start to take charge of your interior. You start to take charge of your own well-being. Either stay here, or if the invitation arrives to go deeper, simply fold forward. Stay very steady, soft, mindful movements, conscious deep breaths. Harmonizing and integrating all aspects of your being. Physical, mental, emotional, and energetic. Inhale, slowly come on up. And exhale, release your left foot down. Good. Come to standing. Position your chair so you can lay on your back with your heels on the edge of the seat. So we're going to just watch this for a moment before you do. So your feet will be hip distance apart. You're drilling your heels into the chair, and you'll lift your hips up, hug your hips in, and then you'll slowly lower the hips down. So I really want you to feel the serpentine action of the spine. You'll inhale, roll up, rise onto your shoulder tops, and then you'll exhale and roll down. Now we'll do this several times, and then the last time, so you'll do 5 times, the last time you'll actually hold it. You can walk your arms underneath you more, support your back with your hands, use your glutes and your hamstrings, lift your tailbone. So we're taking a variation of a supported shoulder stand, okay? So let me watch your setup. Organize your chair. Place your heels on the edge of the seat. Good. You guys all look good. Okay, arms to your sides. And you can bend your elbows so your fingers point straight up. And press your shoulders and your elbows down. Now, press your heels into the chair. Have the feeling that you're pulling your heels to your butt and roll your butt up. Keep your thighs hugging into the midline. And then exhale, roll yourself down. Do that 4 more times. Inhale, press your heels into the chair and roll your hips up. Roll onto your shoulder tops. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, down. Inhale, pull your heels down to roll up. And exhale, down. Last one, you're going to hold it. Inhale, roll up. Walk your shoulders underneath you. If it's comfortable, place your hands on your back. Fingertips point up. Hug your legs to the midline. Engage the base of your glutes. And lift your pelvis without letting your legs splay apart. So TJ, hug your thighs into the midline. Yes. Breathe smoothly, activating the thyroid and parathyroid glands. Signaling the endocrine organs here. The glandular system is being squeezed and soaked. And then exhale, lower, down. Walk your hands out. Feel your spine slither down. Rest the backs of your legs, the calves on the seat of your chair. Close your eyes and turn your palms up. Now, before you completely let go, bring your awareness to your feet. Tense your feet. Tense, 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 and relax. Bring your awareness to your calves. Tense your calves. Tense, 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 and relax. Bring your awareness to your upper legs. Tense, 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 and relax. Bring your awareness to your hip muscles, your lower belly muscles, and your buttocks. Tense, 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 and relax. Bring your awareness to your chest, your abdomen, and your back. Tense, 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 and relax. Bring your awareness to your shoulders and your arms. Tense, tense, tense a little more, and relax. And now bring awareness to your throat and your neck. Tense, 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 and relax. And now bring your awareness to your face and your skull. Tense, tense. Make a face, tense, and relax. Completely relax. Imagine and visualize the person that you want to be. Being free of any attachment to it being possible or not possible. Simply hold an image in your mind of the person that you want to be. How do you want to feel? How do you want to look? How do you want to behave? What do you want to accomplish? Just hold a very clear image of a vision of yourself in the future of how you want to be. And then hold a very clear image in your mind of how you want your relationships to be. Feel how it feels when your relationships are exactly as you wish them to be. What do they look like? How does it feel? Let go of any obstacles of it being possible or impossible. Just hold the image of how you want your relationships to be. And now hold and imagine a very clear image of how you want this world to be. Globally, how do you envision this world? How does it feel when the world, which includes all beings, all things, animate and inanimate, how does it feel when the world is how you wish it to be? And now hold a very clear image of how you are, of how you feel, how your relationships are, your community, and the world at large. Who you are, how it affects the well-being of all beings and all things. Hold a clear image of that person that you want to be, that has a powerful and healthy effect on all beings and all things for the greater good of all. How does it feel? Hold that image of yourself in your heart, in your mind, in your body. And then deeply breathe in. And slowly breathe out. Smoothly breathe in. And slowly breathe out. Take your time, take your own time. Very gently roll on to your right side. Pause. Relax here. And very slowly use your left hand to assist you all the way up. Pause. Find a seat that is alert and comfortable. And just take inventory. Check in before you go back to the rest of your day. And notice how you feel physically, energetically, mentally, and emotionally. Notice any shifts, any changes. Do you feel more space, more clarity, more integration in your physical body? Do you feel more clarity in your mind? Do you feel calmer, more relaxed? And just remember this feeling, remember this experience, remember that it's available to you anytime, anywhere, under any circumstance. Gather your hands, and we'll close with the sound of Om one time, extending this vibration of sound into all the corners of the world for the greater good of all beings and all things. May the work, may the time, may the effort that we put towards our own self-care, our own well-being, have an impact and an effect on the greater good of all. Inhale together, let it out. Namaste.